It's time for Nixon and Agnew reviews! Brought to you by Charlington Chews. If it's good enough in the Matrix, it's good enough in reality, damn it. Wake up! Wake up already! It's Christmas, Agnew! What did you get in your stocking? Yarr! What? Empty? And kind of crusty, you say? I think you might have been fumbling around in the laundry basket there. Don't ask. Anyway, I was talking about the big red stocking hanging above the downstairs fireplace. Huh? What do you mean you thought it was a special sock for Santa, so mailed it to the North Pole? Oh, it's cute you thought it was a thrombosis stocking to keep Santa safe from blood clots when he's flying over town at high altitudes. But god damn it, there should have been 2 Cinnabon coupons in there. Oh, you still have them because you thought they were West End Theatre tickets and were planning to ask Santa to go see Wicked again with you because I refused to go a second time. You're damn right I won't. Well, I'm not going to see a gay musical about lesbo witches that doesn't involve even one double-ended dildo scene. No. Oh. But at least you still got the film coupon, so that's a silver lining, I guess. Damn it! We got over 600 channels and still nothing good on the Christmas TV. What are we paying for, Agnew? It's Saturday morning, and I want to watch some festive cartoons, damn it. Arr! Arr! What's that? Go out to the movies, you say? Use your 2-for-1 Odeon vouchers to catch up on the latest flicks. Huh. Well, there's nothing on the box but endless reruns of Michael Bublé TV specials. If I wanted to watch a crooning Canadian serenade a bunch of crusty old gals, I'd pay a visit to my grandmother's nursing home, where that washed-up Bryan Adams is always trying to relive the summer of '69 with all those golden oldies. Emphasis on the 69. Anyway, what shall we go watch today, Agnew? Oh my God! A new The Matrix movie. I remember those crazy guys, with Neo and Morpheus and that sweet, sweet Trinity broad, with those super cool sunshades and all clad in rubbery leather. Where was I? Oh yes! The Matrix! Bullet time! Albino Predator twins! Let's go!
2 hours later.
What the heck did we just watch? Was that a fan film, or did they really just wipe their ass with the script paper and then just say, screw it, we're shooting on Monday? It was all so repetitive. I mean, the first 50 minutes was just about watching Neo slowly realize his whole life is a lie and nothing about him is real. Just like Kitty Pryde. Arr! Exactly, Agnew. The entire first half was just a rehash of the first act of the first movie. It even included flashbacks of the most iconic scenes. All it did was just make me wish I was watching the original one again. Well, they did say,
nothing comforts anxiety like little nostalgia.
But this is ridiculous. Also, all that meta shit got old in the first 10 minutes. But then the second half is just about waking up Trinity from the Matrix. And then once they do and get back together, the frickin' thing just ends. I mean, this movie furthered nothing. What a waste of everyone's time. And Keanu Reeves' newfound gunplay skills. Arr! Speaking of, why did they not even bother to give him a trim or style his hair or beard differently, so it wouldn't be so jarring to watch what is essentially a budget John Wick suck at shooting guns and instead go full Jedi? I mean, they couldn't even be bothered to do bullet time right. I've seen better use of slow-mo in a Zack Snyder movie, and his films include painfully long scenes of owls flying around and muscly men standing about in the rain. But man, this was all so half-assed. Even the hand-to-hand combat scenes were lazy and unmemorable. This was less crouching tiger hidden dragon, and more slouching kitty unengaged hermit crab. Arrgh. No, seriously. Jedi John Wick spends the whole movie spaced out and looking bored, and like he's been shitting blue pills for the past 20 years. There's no sickly green filter over the screen. They're not even wearing trench coats or sunglasses until the final scene. God damn, this is not a Matrix movie. This whole thing feels like a groaning dosing SNL skit that feels like it was made by Uwe Boll. I mean, remember how in the original trilogy the visual effects were ahead of their time? The first movie was iconic and groundbreaking, but the fight scenes in this movie are Iron Fist level basic. If Iron Fist aired on the CW, there was just nothing memorable, edgy, or interesting happening. Unless you count a blue-haired femtard straight from a naughty's Tumblr page as edgy. Yup. I guess liberals will be happy at least. I mean, the plot basically revolves around the diversity selection box-ticking rebels saving the white man, so he can save the damsel only for her to save him at the end, and subsume his unique legacy by becoming a second The One. Or at least I think that was what was happening. I actually have no idea how Trinity can fly and have superpowers at the end. Maybe she just found some magic mushrooms or something. Mushrooms. I know! I still can't get over how dirty they did my man Neo. Remember when he single-handedly defeated an army of Smiths, even when rendered in PS2 level graphics? In this movie, he's shot in 4K, yet the geezer's so weak and ineffectual he can't even overcome his own therapist. And all the while, the movie goes out of its way to mock and belittle OG Morpheus.
Morpheus Uno, reveal at the window, lightning, thunder, and theater. At last. All these years later, here's me, strolling out of a toilet stall.
For some reason, he is now in a younger form, and then in the middle of the movie randomly turns into a bunch of ball bearings. Hello! What's that? Exomorphic particle codex, you say? I don't care what they call it, Agnew. It was frickin' stupid and bemusing. And I mean that statue of him in Zion alone should be grounds for the immediate robot decimation of the whole surviving human population. I'm telling you, Agnew, they just want to shit on the legacies of popular movies. God was right. Only good can create. Evil can only destroy. Just like how Kayleigh McEnany can create me a giant boner, whilst Jen Psaki can only destroy it. Anyway, seems to me like Lawrence Fishburne was the only one effectively dodging bullets here. I mean, look at what they did to my boy. It's a race-changed Lloyd Christmas from Dubba Dubber. Who signs off on this shit? Guess it was a smart move for Fishy B to avoid this turd. Same goes for Hugo Weaving. I mean, look at this movie's thrift store agent Smith. And surprise, surprise, the villain's a nondescript straight white guy, whilst the heroes are all diversely stunning and brave. I mean, clearly they just made this movie as a vehicle to push a message. Just like every other classic franchise these Hollywood freaks want to subvert. Opening the movie with two Pocs, using woke buzz phrases like,
"You seem particularly triggered right now."
And including god-awful meta-dialogue such as,
"Maybe this isn't the story we think it is."
I just can't believe this was made by the same makers as the classic original. What? The director has now been subsumed into the collective of the Alphabet Brigade? And now both the OG directors who were once two men are now totally two women? Oh my God. It's no wonder their movie making all went to shit. I'll tell you what I told Kevin Feige in a recent and very shouty email. Never go full libtard. I mean, remember the scene where Neo was about to jump off the roof but was saved from certain death by a fluorescent-haired liberal? I guess this was supposed to be a commentary by the woke director trying to say she's here to save the franchise from going off a cliff. Well, she failed spectacularly. But now the movie's last bit of dialogue at the end makes sense. When Trinity says she wants to remake the world, but with more fucking rainbows. It's all just Alphabetty Spaghetti propaganda, damn it. Maybe I'm getting old. I just can't understand any of this. The only moment in this movie I can relate to was when Neo wakes up in a container filled with soupy gloop, among lots of giant flies and bug things. Man, living on the streets of Chicago during the 80s sure was rough, Agnew. Arr! Oh, you're right. There was a moment in the third act I could relate to. Mainly the people flinging themselves out of windows to their death. It was like a giant metaphor for the entire theater audience. Well, let's try to salvage some positives from this wreck. What was your favorite part, Agnew? Arr! Oh, the part on the train when they just tossed the broad out the window like she was yesterday's salad. I concur. That's the second time this movie threw someone out a window. You know, you just don't see enough defenestrations in modern movies anymore. Reminds me of Die Hard. Anyway, my favorite part, I guess, was when Neo asked, "Are you the one who hacked my modal?" You know, I had my modal hacked once. But Mama said it's more hygienic and provides more sensitivity during sex in later life. Anyway, we're just left with so many questions. Like, why has Trinity now suddenly got superpowers? Why did they make Neil Patrick Harris wear comical giant Elton John glasses? And who the heck signed off on including tiny goofy robot rejects who looked like they walked in from the deleted scene segments of the Transformers 2 DVD? Oh, and I almost forgot. They even bring back that one smoking hot chocolate babe, Niobe, from the last two sequels. Unfortunately, in this movie, Jada Pinkett Smith turns up in old age makeup and gives the worst old man performance since Jim Carrey when he performs as Joe Biden every day as the president in a face mask. You're right, Agnew. This movie does have terrible style all around. Just look at what they did to this poor broad. They gave this gal the worst haircut since Ruby Rod, or Demi Lovato. Bah! I'd give this movie 4.5 ball-bearing men out of 10. This movie's flatter than Trinity's chest, and somehow makes Revolutions look passable. It didn't even feature an albino twins cameo, damn it. This is an outrage! This movie skated by with sheer nostalgia, just like they said at the start.
Nothing comforts anxiety like little nostalgia.
I spent the whole movie going, yes, I remember that thing from that movie that one time. That was a good movie. This should have been called The Matrix Rememberberries, because the only thing resurrected here was more franchise disappointment.
You gave us something we never thought we could have.
And what is that?
Another chance.
Too bad you blew it. Really? You give this movie 7.2 out of 10? Let me guess. You didn't care for the shameless cash grab nature of bringing back fan favorites only to nerf them into irrelevancy. But you appreciated the fact that we at least got to see Carrie-Anne Moss kick sweet ass one more time. Nar. Oh, you just got the figures mixed up and you meant to score a 2.7 out of 10. Oh, that makes more sense. You know, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to these Warner Brother fellers. What a sucky Christmas gift. And we totally wasted our movie coupons on top of it all. You were right. We should have gone to see that new West Side Story remake from Steven Spielberg instead. At least there's a resurrection that may have more than nostalgia going for it. Mainly the new Disney princess sweating through athletic dance numbers in the lead role. Remember when we tried the beta for Zuckerberg's Meta Matrix and spent an entire week gunning down a half dozen old folk for fun? Good times. No! Oh, that was the real world? And that's why we have to keep living in this RV driving from state to state with the feds on our tail? I thought that was just part of our standard ex-presidential motorcade protection service. No! Okay, whatever. Let's calm you down and go back to the more uncontroversial topics. Like Die Hard. Now, we can totally agree that's not a Christmas movie, right?